The information provided in this video is for educational and informational purposes only and does not constitute financial, investment, legal, or business advice. The views and opinions expressed are those of the creators and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of any company mentioned. You should consult with a qualified professional before making any decisions that could affect your business's financial health or strategic direction. There are two companies right now in America. Let's say they both make the same thing: high-performance bicycle parts. One is in Pennsylvania, the other is in Oregon. The company in Pennsylvania is doing things the way they've always been done. They have a solid team, a decent production line, and they hit their numbers most of the time. But they have problems hiding just below the surface. A 5% defect rate on their carbon fiber frames that costs them $2 million a year. A customer service team that's overwhelmed, leading to a 48-hour response time and frustrated buyers. And their design team takes 6 months to prototype a new component, which means they only get 2 new products to market each year. They're surviving, but they're not winning. Now let's look at the company in Oregon. On the surface, they look the same. Same size, same market. But they are operating in a completely different reality. Their defect rate isn't 5%. It's 0.01%. Because an AI on the factory floor with computer vision inspects every single millimeter of carbon fiber in real time, catching microscopic flaws the human eye could never see. Their customer service response time isn't 48 hours. It's 48 seconds. Because a custom-trained AI assistant handles 90% of all inquiries instantly, freeing up human agents to solve the most complex problems. And their design team? They don't take 6 months to prototype a new part. They take 6 hours. They feed their engineering constraints into a generative AI model, and it produces 100 optimized designs by morning, ready for simulation. They're not just hitting their numbers. They are rewriting the rules of their entire industry. The difference between these two companies is not luck. It's not a bigger budget. It's a strategic decision. The company in Oregon decided to stop running their business on guesswork and start running it on intelligence. They built an AI factory, and the technology that powers that factory, the engine driving that unstoppable growth, is NVIDIA Enterprise. This is not a hypothetical story. This is happening right now in every single sector of the US economy. And the gap between the companies that get it and the companies that don't is about to become a chasm. The question you have to ask yourself is, which side of that chasm will your business be on? Over the next 10 parts of this series, we are going to give you the blueprint. This isn't a high-level, theoretical talk about the promise of AI. This is a practical, no-fluff playbook for American business leaders. We will show you precisely how to turn your company into an AI powerhouse. We're going to break down how to identify the most valuable use cases buried inside your own operations. We'll walk you through the NVIDIA Enterprise full stack, from the hardware that provides the raw horsepower, to the software like NVIDIA AI Enterprise that makes it all run, all the way to the pre-trained models that can get you to market in a fraction of the time. We will show you how to build a business case that your board can't ignore, and a deployment plan that your IT team can actually execute. By the end of this, you won't just understand the future of AI. You will have a clear, actionable path to make it your company's single greatest competitive advantage. For decades, we've been told that data is the new oil. And that's true. But it's also incomplete. Data by itself is just crude oil. It's messy, it's inert, it's sitting in a silo somewhere, largely useless. To turn it into fuel, you need a refinery. A highly sophisticated, powerful, and efficient refinery that can process that raw data and transform it into something that powers your entire enterprise, intelligence. That refinery is what NVIDIA has built. Most people hear NVIDIA and they think of graphics cards for gaming. And for years that was the story. But that same technology, the ability to process massive amounts of data in parallel, turned out to be the perfect engine for the AI revolution. They are the architects of this new industrial age. This isn't about buying a single piece of software. It's about a fundamental shift in how you think about your business. For the last 20 years, the goal was to become a digital company. Get your data online, build an app, move to the cloud. That was phase 1. We are now entering phase 2. Becoming an intelligent company. It's no longer enough to just have data. You must be able to use that data to predict, to generate, and to automate. Your business needs a central nervous system. A system that can sense what's happening in your supply chain, understand what your customers are saying, and create new solutions on the fly. Let's be brutally honest. Most AI initiatives in corporate America fail. They start with a ton of hype in a boardroom, get handed off to a small team of data scientists who work for a year in a lab, and they produce a proof of concept that never sees the light of day. It never gets integrated into the core business. Why? Because they treat AI like a science experiment. The companies that are winning, the ones like our bicycle manufacturer in Oregon, treat AI like a factory. It's a production line for intelligence. It has inputs, your data. It has machinery, NVIDIA's hardware and software. And it has outputs, optimized processes, smarter products, and unbeatable customer experiences that directly impact your bottom line. This is the core concept we need to burn into our minds. We are moving from artisanal one-off AI projects to industrial-scale AI production. This means you don't just have one AI model. You have hundreds, thousands. You have an AI that optimizes your inventory, another that writes your marketing copy, another that detects fraud in your transactions, another that simulates new chemical compounds for your R&D lab. Each one is a digital worker, a product of your intelligence factory, working 24/7 to make your business faster, smarter, and more profitable. And this is not science fiction. This is what NVIDIA Enterprise is enabling today. We'll look at how US banks are using it to build fraud detection systems that are 50 times faster than their old platforms. We'll see how pharmaceutical giants are using NVIDIA's BioNano platform to literally generate new drug candidates, cutting years off the discovery process. We'll explore how retailers are creating hyper-personalized customer assistants that know a customer's style better than they do. From manufacturing and logistics to healthcare and finance, the AI factory is here. The window of opportunity to build this advantage, however, is closing faster than you think. This is not a slow-moving trend. It's a tidal wave. Think back to the dawn of the internet for businesses in the late 90s. There were companies that said, "Let's wait and see. Let's see if this whole website thing takes off." Those companies are now case studies in business school textbooks about what not to do. The AI transition is happening 10 times faster, and its impact will be 100 times greater. The productivity gains are not incremental. They are exponential. Waiting on the sidelines is not a neutral position. In this new economy, standing still is the same as moving backward at an accelerating rate. So where do you start? Feels overwhelming, right? You hear about large language models, inference, fine-tuning, retrieval augmented generation. It's a whole new language. But here's the secret. You don't have to be a machine learning PhD to lead an AI transformation. You just need to understand the fundamental building blocks. And that's our mission here. To demystify this technology and give you, the business leader, the mental models you need to make the right strategic bets. The first, most critical step is understanding what an AI factory is actually built on. What is the foundational layer? Most people would say it's data. Others might say it's talent, the data scientists and engineers. And while both are critically important, they are not the true foundation. The real foundation, the one resource that determines the speed, scale, and very possibility of your AI ambitions, is something else entirely. It's the single biggest bottleneck for 99% of businesses trying to get started, and it's the one thing that separates the companies that experiment with AI from the ones that dominate with it. Getting this one piece right is the difference between building a garage workshop and building a gigafactory. And that is exactly what we are going to break down right after this. So what is this one critical piece? It's not a single technology. It's not a secret algorithm or a massive dataset. It's a fundamental shift in thinking. It's the shift from running isolated AI projects to building a centralized AI factory. That's it. That's the secret. The companies that win will be the ones that stop treating AI like a series of science experiments in the garage and start treating it like the core production engine of their entire enterprise. Let's be honest, the garage workshop model is what most businesses are doing right now, and it's a recipe for failure. They call it proof of concept purgatory. It looks something like this. The marketing department gets a budget to build a chatbot. They hire a consultant, buy some cloud instances, and after 6 months they have a cool demo. At the same time, the finance team is working with a different vendor to build a fraud detection model. They're using a different set of tools on different infrastructure. Meanwhile, the R&D team is in their own little sandbox, experimenting with computer vision for quality control, completely disconnected from everyone else. What you have is not a strategy. You have a dozen isolated, expensive hobbies. Each project starts from scratch. Each team has to solve the same problems over and over. How do we get the data? How do we secure it? What hardware do we use? How do we manage the software dependencies? How do we deploy this thing so it doesn't crash? It's incredibly inefficient. The cost spiral, timeline stretch, And 90% of these projects never make it into production where they can actually generate value. They die on a PowerPoint slide, a casualty of complexity and a lack of a unified vision. That is the garage workshop. It's a graveyard of good intentions. The AI factory is the exact opposite. Imagine a state-of-the-art manufacturing plant. Raw materials, in this case your company's data, flow in one end. They move through a highly optimized, standardized assembly line. This assembly line is your infrastructure, your tools, your workflows. And out the other end come finished products. Intelligent applications, predictive insights, automated processes, hyper-personalized customer experiences. The factory doesn't just build one product. It's designed to build any AI product the business needs, and to do it quickly, reliably, and at scale. When the marketing team needs a new recommendation engine, they don't start from zero. They go to the factory. The data pipelines are already there. The computing power is on tap. The deployment tools are standardized. They can tap into the work already done by the finance team, using similar models and security protocols. What took 6 months for a fragile demo now takes 3 weeks for a robust, production-ready application. That is the Gigafactory model. It's a system designed for continuous production of intelligence. And this is precisely where NVIDIA Enterprise comes in. They don't just sell you a faster engine for your garage workshop. They provide the full-stack blueprint, the machinery, and the operating system to build your entire AI factory from the ground up. This is the part that most people miss. They see the NVIDIA name and think graphics cards. That's like looking at a Ford Gigafactory and only seeing the wrenches. The reality is so much bigger. It starts with the foundation, the computing infrastructure. These are the heavy machines on the factory floor. Systems like NVIDIA DGX for training massive models, or OVX for running complex industrial digital twins. This isn't just a collection of servers. It's purpose-built hardware, engineered to work together as a single cohesive unit, providing the raw horsepower your factory needs to operate. But the world's best machinery is useless without a sophisticated operating system to run it. That's the next layer. NVIDIA's accelerated computing software stack. This is the magic. It includes things like CUDA, the programming model that unlocks the parallel processing power of the GPUs. It includes libraries like CUDNN for deep learning and toolkits like TensorRT for making your trained models run blazingly fast in production. This software is the central nervous system of your factory, ensuring every piece of hardware is performing at its absolute peak efficiency. It's decades of specialized software engineering that you simply cannot get anywhere else. Now, here's the crucial layer for American businesses. On top of the hardware and the core software sits NVIDIA AI Enterprise. Think of this as the factory's management suite. It's an enterprise-grade software platform that pulls everything together. It takes all the complex open-source tools that data scientists love, frameworks like TensorFlow and PyTorch, tools for data processing, and more, and it packages them into a secure, stable, and fully supported platform. This solves a massive headache for corporate IT. Instead of their data scientists downloading random open-source packages, creating a security and support nightmare, they get a curated, optimized, and secure as-a-vault platform from NVIDIA. If something breaks at 3 in the morning, you're not posting on some obscure forum hoping for an answer. You have a direct line to NVIDIA's experts. It's the difference between a cobbled-together workshop and a professionally managed, industrial-grade facility with a 24/7 support crew. It provides the governance, security, and reliability that businesses demand before they're willing to bet their future on a technology. And it gets even better. NVIDIA doesn't just give you an empty factory. They provide prefabricated, specialized assembly lines you can drop right in to start producing value immediately. For example, if your business needs to build applications that can understand and generate human language, like advanced customer service bots or document summarization tools, you don't start from scratch. You use NVIDIA NeMo, a framework with pre-trained models that gives you a massive head start. If you need to build computer vision systems to analyze video feeds from your stores or factory floors, you use NVIDIA Metropolis. These aren't just tools. They are end-to-end solutions that accelerate your time to market from years to months, or even weeks. So let's put it all together. The garage model is every project for itself. It's slow, risky, and doesn't scale. The factory model, powered by the NVIDIA Enterprise full stack, is a unified approach. You have purpose-built hardware as your foundation. You have an optimized software stack as your operating system. You have NVIDIA AI Enterprise as your secure, supported management layer. And you have pre-built application frameworks to accelerate development. This changes the entire economic equation of AI. Your data scientists are no longer wasting 80% of their time being amateur IT administrators and systems integrators. They are focused on what they do best: creating models and applications that drive business value. Your IT department is happy because they have a secure, stable, and manageable platform. And your CEO is happy because the company is finally seeing a real, scalable return on its AI investment. The company that builds the factory can out-experiment, out-learn, and out-execute its competitors by an order of magnitude. While one company is still trying to get a single project out of the garage, the other has already launched 10 AI-powered products and is working on the next 100. This isn't a futuristic fantasy. This is happening right now across every major industry in the United States. From automotive giants designing their next-generation vehicles in virtual worlds to pharmaceutical companies discovering new drugs in a fraction of the time, the AI factory is the new engine of American innovation. It's the single biggest competitive differentiator for the next decade. So what does this look like in the real world? What happens when a major American industry, say one built on complex logistics and physical assets, actually builds one of these gigafactories for intelligence? The results are not just incremental improvements. They are complete transformations. And we're about to look at one of the most stunning examples, a company that is redefining what's possible in its field, all because it chose to build a factory instead of staying in the garage. Imagine a single disease, a genetic disorder, that affects 1 in every 10,000 children. For decades, the best minds in medicine have chased a cure, but the enemy is complex. The disease is caused by a single misfolded protein, a tiny, intricate piece of biological machinery gone wrong. Finding a molecule that could precisely target and correct this protein is like trying to find one specific key in a pile of keys the size of Mount Everest for a lock you've never seen before. This was the Everest facing a Boston-based biotech firm called Helix Therapeutics. For years, they operated like every other biotech company. Brilliant scientists in white lab coats, painstaking trial and error testing compounds one by one. It was a noble effort, but it was a garage operation. They were handcrafting solutions, spending hundreds of millions of dollars, and inching forward at a glacial pace. Their best-case scenario was a potential drug candidate in 10 to 15 years. The worst case, which was far more likely, was a complete dead end. The mountain of keys remained, and children were still getting sick. This is the reality for countless American businesses, not just in biotech. They have an Everest-sized problem, and they're trying to climb it with walking sticks. Whether it's optimizing a supply chain with millions of variables, detecting financial fraud across billions of transactions, or personalizing a retail experience for millions of customers, the scale of the data and the complexity of the problem have outpaced human capability. The garage model is broken. The leadership at Helix realized this. They saw that their competition wasn't just other biotech firms. Their real competition was time and complexity. So they made a decision that seemed insane to their investors and downright heretical to their industry. They decided to stop searching for the key, and instead build a machine that could design it from scratch. They decided to build an AI factory. This wasn't about buying a few powerful computers. It was a fundamental shift in their entire research and development philosophy. They partnered with NVIDIA Enterprise to architect a system from the ground up, a dedicated supercomputer for a single purpose: generative biology. They installed racks of NVIDIA DGX systems, the gold standard for enterprise AI infrastructure. Think of each DGX not as a server, but as a self-contained AI brain, pre-optimized with the software and processing power to tackle monumental tasks. They connected these brains together, creating a unified computational engine, a digital microscope capable of seeing not just molecules, but the very laws of physics that govern them. This AI factory didn't run on spreadsheets or traditional lab software. It ran on a new kind of fuel, specialized AI models. Using NVIDIA's software stack, like the CUDA platform and libraries designed for life sciences, Helixion's team of computational biologists and AI researchers began to train their models. They fed this new supercomputer the sum total of human knowledge on protein structures, chemical interactions, and biological pathways. They taught it the language of life itself. And then, they gave it the Everest-sized problem. Instead of chemists physically testing one compound at a time, the AI model began simulating billions upon billions of potential molecular interactions every second. It wasn't just randomly guessing. It was learning. It understood what a good molecule looked like, what properties it needed to have to bind to the misfolded protein without causing harmful side effects. It was generating entirely new, never-before-seen chemical compounds, each one a potential key, and testing it against a perfect digital replica of the lock. It was a computational storm. The DGX systems with their Tensor Core GPUs were running at full tilt 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They were performing calculations that would have taken a traditional supercomputer years, in a matter of hours. The AI was exploring a chemical space of possibilities so vast, it exceeds the number of stars in our galaxy. The result? After just 18 months of running their AI factory, Helixion's model generated a short list of 100 promising drug candidates. 100. After decades of finding nothing, these weren't just slight variations of existing drugs. These were novel molecules, designed by an intelligence that could perceive patterns in data far beyond human cognition. From that list, their lab scientists were able to synthesize and validate a lead candidate. In less than 2 years, they had not just found a key in the Everest-sized pile. Their AI factory had forged a perfect one. They had compressed a 15-year research cycle into the time it takes to bring a new smartphone to market. This is the power of the factory model. Helixion didn't just get a faster horse, they built a spaceship. And this is the critical lesson for every US business leader watching right now. Your industry has its own misfolded protein. It's the crippling inefficiency in your logistics. It's the undiscovered fraud risk in your payment systems. It's the untapped customer segment you can't see. It's the product innovation you can't quite grasp. Trying to solve these problems with traditional analytics and human teams is the garage model. It's honorable, but you will lose to the competitor who builds a factory. The factory is about creating a proprietary engine of intelligence. It's an asset that lives on your balance sheet. It's a machine that continuously learns from your data, gets smarter over time, and generates insights that are unique to your business. When a bank builds an AI factory with NVIDIA Enterprise, it doesn't just buy a fraud detection app. It builds a system that understands the unique flow of money through its specific network, a system that can predict new types of fraud before they even happen. When a retailer builds an AI factory, it doesn't just buy a recommendation engine. It creates a system that understands the subtle, shifting desires of its customer base in real time, personalizing experiences at a scale that feels like magic. This is the fundamental shift from being a consumer of AI to a producer of intelligence. Off-the-shelf AI tools are the garage. They're a great start, but they are, by their very nature, generic. They are built on public data and offer the same capabilities to you and all of your competitors. Building your own AI factory, on the other hand, allows you to weaponize your most valuable and unique asset, your proprietary data. You create models trained on your customers, your processes, your unique place in the market. You create an intelligence that no one else can replicate. It becomes your single greatest competitive advantage. Helixion's story isn't a fairy tale. It's a blueprint. They faced a problem of immense biological complexity and solved it by building a dedicated intelligence engine. The technology that powered their breakthrough, the NVIDIA DGX systems, the enterprise-grade software, the entire AI factory model, is not some futuristic concept. It's available right now. It's being deployed by leading companies across every single sector of the US economy. They are moving out of the garage and breaking ground on their own factories. They understand that in the coming decade, you will either build an intelligence engine, or you will be dismantled by one. The question is no longer if this transformation is coming, but who will lead it. Helixion built the engine, an incredible machine of discovery. But an engine, no matter how powerful, is useless without fuel. And in the world of AI, the fuel is data. But not just any data. The success of your AI factory depends entirely on the quality, the structure, and the strategic use of the information you feed it. Getting that part wrong is like putting diesel in a Formula One car. It's a catastrophic failure before the race even begins. So what does that catastrophic failure look like in the real world? It looks like a customer service chatbot that confidently gives a customer the wrong refund policy, costing you thousands in backpedaled promises. It looks like a marketing AI that generates a campaign based on sales data from 2019, completely missing the massive shift in consumer behavior post-pandemic. It looks like a logistics algorithm that tries to optimize shipping routes using incomplete data, creating more bottlenecks than it solves. It's not just a failure to launch. It's a launch that sends your rocket straight into the ground. The single biggest obstacle standing between American businesses and a successful AI transformation isn't a lack of ambition or a shortage of powerful chips. It's a data nightmare. For decades, we've been told to collect everything. And we did. We stored it in sprawling, disconnected databases. Sales data lives in Salesforce. Marketing data is in HubSpot. Customer support tickets are in Zendesk. Financials are in an ancient Oracle system that only 2 people in the company know how to operate. These are called data silos, and they are the digital equivalent of building a dozen beautiful libraries but forbidding any of the books from ever leaving their specific building. The knowledge is there, but it's isolated, fragmented, and functionally useless for creating a holistic intelligence. But the problem is even deeper than that. Over 80% of the data your business generates isn't in a nice, neat spreadsheet. It's unstructured. It's the mountain of Word documents, the terabytes of PDFs, the transcripts from every Zoom call, the emails exchanged with clients, the service technician's notes, the product schematics, the legal contracts. It's a chaotic, untamed wilderness of pure, raw information. And this unstructured, siloed data is the diesel fuel that most companies are trying to pump into their brand new AI engine. And they wonder why it's sputtering. This is where the strategy shifts from just buying hardware to building an intelligent system. And this is where NVIDIA's full-stack approach becomes so critical. They understood that the world's most powerful GPU is worthless if it's being fed garbage data. So, they focused on creating the software bridge to connect that raw, messy data to the powerful AI models. The key to this bridge is a revolutionary technology called Retrieval Augmented Generation, or RAG. Now, that sounds complex, but the concept is beautifully simple. Imagine a standard large language model like a GPT as a brilliant, world-class consultant. This consultant has read almost the entire public internet and has incredible reasoning and language skills. But here's the catch. Their knowledge is frozen in time. They effectively graduated in 2022 and haven't read a single new book or article since. They can give you fantastic, general advice, but they know nothing about your company's secret project, your sales figures from last quarter, or the specific details of a new client you just signed. If you ask them a question about your internal business, they'll either say they don't know, or worse, they'll hallucinate. They'll make up a plausible-sounding answer that is completely wrong. Retrieval Augmented Generation (RAG) is like giving that brilliant consultant a real-time, all-access pass to your company's entire private library. Before the AI answers your question, it first performs a lightning-fast search across all your proprietary data. Your emails, your contracts, your customer call logs, your financial reports. It finds the most relevant, up-to-date, factual information, and then uses that specific information as the foundation for its answer. So instead of a generic response, you get a response grounded in your reality. You're not just getting intelligence, you're getting your intelligence amplified. This is the absolute game changer for enterprise AI. It turns a general-purpose tool into a hyper-specialized expert on your business. And NVIDIA Enterprise provides the toolkit to build this system. This isn't just one piece of software. It's an entire stack designed to work in concert. You have tools within the NVIDIA NeMo framework that help you process and prepare all that unstructured data. It uses specialized models to convert your documents, emails, and transcripts into a format that an AI can understand, a process that involves creating something called vector embeddings. Think of this as creating a hyper-intelligent digital card catalog for your entire company's knowledge. Then, when a query comes in, this system can instantly find the exact paragraph from 10 million documents that is most relevant to that specific question. That retrieved information is then fed, along with the original question, into the large language model. The model doesn't have to rely on its old, generic memory. It now has the fresh, factual, context-rich data right in front of it. The result? Drastically reduced hallucinations, highly accurate and relevant answers, and an AI that can cite its sources, telling you exactly which internal document it used to come to its conclusion. Let's make this real. Think of a top-tier US wealth management firm. They have decades of proprietary market research, thousands of client profiles, complex financial product specifications, and constantly changing compliance regulations. It's a universe of high-stakes information. A high-net-worth client calls their advisor and asks a complex question. Given the Fed's latest guidance and my current portfolio's risk tolerance, what is the most tax-efficient strategy to reallocate my energy sector holdings into emerging tech before the end of the quarter? The old way. The advisor says, "That's a great question. Let me do some research and get back to you." They spend the next 4 hours digging through research reports, consulting with a tax specialist, and modeling scenarios in a spreadsheet. By the time they have an answer, the market may have already shifted. The new way, with an NVIDIA-powered RAG system, the advisor types that exact question into their internal AI assistant. In seconds, the system retrieves the latest Fed guidance reports, scans the client's specific portfolio data, cross-references the firm's most recent proprietary market analysis on both energy and tech, and analyzes the relevant tax law documents. The large language model then synthesizes all of this retrieved information and generates a comprehensive, nuanced, and actionable strategy, complete with citations pointing to the exact source documents it used. The advisor can review it, validate it, and be on the phone with the client in 5 minutes, not 5 hours. That's not just an efficiency gain. It's a superpower. It transforms the financial advisor from a researcher into a true strategist, capable of delivering a level of personalized, data-driven service that was previously impossible at scale. Now, multiply that capability across every advisor, every analyst, and every compliance officer in the firm. You're not just doing the same work faster. You are fundamentally changing the value you can provide to your clients. You're building a moat around your business that competitors using off-the-shelf, generic AI simply cannot cross. This is the power of building your AI factory on the right foundation. It starts with acknowledging that your data, in all its messy, unstructured, siloed glory, is not a liability. It's your single greatest asset. It's the unique fuel that only you possess. The NVIDIA Enterprise platform provides the refinery, the software, the frameworks, and the hardware to turn that raw crude data into the high-octane rocket fuel that will power your AI. We've established the critical importance of the fuel, your proprietary data, and we've seen how technologies like RAG act as the fuel injection system, ensuring that the right data gets to the engine at the right time. But that brings us to the most exciting part of the equation, the engine itself, the AI model. Because you don't just have to use a generic engine off the assembly line. You have the power to build a custom-tuned, high-performance machine, perfectly engineered for the unique demands of your business. And that changes everything. So how do you do it? How do you transform that powerful but generic, foundational model into a bespoke asset that understands the unique rhythm of your company? It comes down to 2 breakthrough techniques that are defining the next era of enterprise AI: fine-tuning and a mouthful of a term called retrieval augmented generation, or RAG. Let's break them down. First, let's talk about fine-tuning. Think of a foundational model like Llama 3 as a brand new, incredibly powerful V8 engine straight from the factory. It knows the fundamentals of combustion, torque, and power. It can run and run well in almost any car. But you're not building just any car. You're building a Formula One race car. You don't need it to be good at hauling groceries or navigating city traffic. You need it to be exceptionally, singularly brilliant at one thing: winning on the track. Fine-tuning is the process of taking that factory V8 and re-engineering it in your workshop. You're not starting from scratch, melting down iron or to cast the engine block. You're taking the brilliant engineering that already exists and honing it. You might replace the pistons with lighter, stronger ones. You might recalibrate the fuel injection system for high-octane racing fuel. You're training it on a very specific, high-quality dataset, the data of the racetrack. In the world of AI, this means taking that powerful base model and training it further on your company's own proprietary data. Imagine a major US hospital system. They can take a powerful model and fine-tune it on hundreds of thousands of anonymized patient charts, medical research papers, and diagnostic notes. The result? The model doesn't just understand language anymore. It starts to understand the language of medicine. It learns the nuances of symptom descriptions, the specific terminologies for rare conditions, and the preferred diagnostic pathways of that specific hospital. It's no longer a generalist, it's becoming a specialist. It's an AI co-pilot that thinks like one of their own world-class doctors. That's the power of fine-tuning. It's about embedding deep, domain-specific expertise directly into the neural pathways of the model itself. But what if the information you need changes every single second? What if your AI needs to know the current inventory level of a specific product, or the real-time shipping status of a customer's order? Fine-tuning is great for teaching an AI to think like a logistics expert, but it can't give it live access to the logistics database. The model's knowledge is frozen at the moment its training ends. This is where the second technique, retrieval augmented generation, comes in. And it is, without a doubt, one of the most important concepts for any business leader to understand today. If fine-tuning is modifying the engine itself, RAG is like installing a state-of-the-art, real-time data link and GPS system into the race car. The engine doesn't change, but its ability to perform in the real world is magnified 1,000 times over. RAG connects your AI model to your live, private, and constantly updating sources of information. This could be your customer relationship management system, your product inventory database, your internal knowledge base, or your archive of support tickets. Here's how it works. When a user asks a question, the system first retrieves the most relevant, up-to-the-minute information from your private data sources. Then, it takes that fresh, factual information and hands it to the powerful fine-tuned AI model. The model's job is no longer to guess the answer from its old training data. Its job is to take the perfect real-time information it was just handed and augment it, crafting a perfect, natural, human-like response. Let's go back to our examples. That hospital system? They can use RAG to connect their fine-tuned medical AI to a live feed of the latest pharmaceutical research and patient data. A doctor could ask, what are the latest approved treatment options for a patient presenting with these specific symptoms and this genetic marker? The system retrieves the newest research papers published just last week, pulls the patient's specific lab results, and then the fine-tuned model synthesizes it all into a concise, expert-level summary. Think about a US manufacturing company. A customer service bot powered by RAG can answer the question, is the replacement part for my 2018 Model X7B industrial compressor in stock at the Phoenix Distribution Center? A generic chatbot would fail. But a RAG system retrieves the live inventory data for part number 8675309 from the Phoenix warehouse database and sees there are 17 units on hand. It then gives that fact to the LLM, which crafts the perfect answer. Yes, we have 17 of those in stock at our Phoenix location. Would you like me to place an order for you? It's accurate. It's helpful. It's grounded in reality. This is the one-two punch of modern enterprise AI. Fine-tuning teaches the model your company's language and logic. RAG gives it access to your company's live, factual data. And this is precisely where NVIDIA Enterprise becomes the indispensable platform for American businesses. Doing this isn't as simple as plugging in a USB drive. Customizing these massive models and connecting them securely to your most sensitive data requires an immense amount of specialized software, optimization tools, and computing power. This is not just about having the best GPUs, it's about having the entire workshop. NVIDIA AI Enterprise is that workshop. It's a full-stack software platform that provides the tools, like the NVIDIA NeMo framework, which are purpose-built to streamline both fine-tuning and RAG. NeMo gives you the frameworks for curating your training data, for efficiently fine-tuning models without needing a team of 50 AI researchers, and for building robust, secure RAG pipelines. It provides the guardrails and security protocols to ensure your AI is not only smart, but also safe and reliable. And most critically, it allows you to do all of this on your own terms. When you customize a model using the NVIDIA stack, whether it's on your own servers or in your private cloud, your proprietary data, your secret sauce, your customer lists, your internal financial models stays yours. It isn't being shipped off to a third-party API, where it could be logged, stored, or even used to train a model that your competitor might one day use. You maintain data sovereignty. You control your intellectual property. You are building a strategic asset that belongs exclusively to you. By combining fine-tuning and RAG, you're creating something entirely new. You're not just using AI, you are forging a proprietary intelligence. An AI that speaks the language of your legal team. An AI that knows the real-time pulse of your supply chain. An AI that understands the complete history of every customer interaction. You've taken that factory engine and transformed it into a masterpiece of engineering, perfectly and uniquely suited to conquer your market. You've built the perfect engine. It's custom-tuned, data-fueled, and ready to dominate. But an engine sitting in the garage wins no races. The next great challenge isn't just building it. It's getting it on the track, deploying it across your entire organization, safely and at a scale that truly transforms your business. This is the great filter of corporate AI. It's the treacherous chasm between a brilliant proof of concept shimmering on a data scientist's screen and a hardened revenue-generating application serving millions of customers. This is the deployment gap, and it's where the vast majority of AI initiatives, even those with incredible potential, go to die. Because moving from prototype to production isn't a step. It's a completely different discipline. It's the difference between sketching a skyscraper and actually building one that can withstand an earthquake, support thousands of people, and keep the lights on 24/7. Think about what it really takes. Your data science team builds a model using a specific version of PyTorch. Your MLOps team needs to package it, but they prefer a different environment. Your IT and security teams then have to vet every single open source library and dependency for vulnerabilities, a list that can run into the hundreds. Then you need to make it run on your specific infrastructure, which might be on-premise servers, a private cloud, a public cloud, or most likely a complex, messy hybrid of all three. Every step introduces friction, new dependencies, new security holes, and new performance bottlenecks. It's a labyrinth of complexity, and that's before you even think about scale. An AI model that gives a brilliant answer in 30 seconds is a great demo. An AI model that makes 1 million customers wait 30 seconds for an answer is a business catastrophe. The computational demands, the network latency, the sheer operational overhead of running inference at enterprise scale is an entirely different beast. This is the scale cliff, and many businesses, armed with only their prototype engine, drive right off it. So how do you bridge this gap? How do you build a stable, secure, high-performance highway from your lab to your entire enterprise? You don't build it piece by piece from scratch. You adopt a platform engineered specifically for this journey. You need an operating system for enterprise AI. This is the fundamental purpose of NVIDIA AI Enterprise. It's not just another tool or library. It is a comprehensive, end-to-end, enterprise-grade software platform designed to eliminate the deployment gap. Think of it as the professional-grade chassis, transmission, and control system for that powerful engine you've built. It's the integrated system that gets your AI out of the garage and onto the global racetrack, safely and at blistering speed. Let's break down what that actually means for your business. First, it tames the infrastructure chaos. NVIDIA AI Enterprise is designed to run anywhere your business operates. It's optimized and certified for all major infrastructure platforms, from VMware for virtualized data centers to Red Hat for container orchestration, and across every major cloud service provider. This means you have a consistent, stable, high-performance AI layer, a single pane of glass, no matter where your data lives or where your applications need to run. Your teams are no longer wasting months trying to reinvent the wheel for each unique environment. They are starting from a common, powerful foundation, dramatically accelerating their time to production. Second, and this is critically important for any CIO or CTO, it de-risks your entire software stack. The world of open-source AI is incredible, but it's the Wild West. New versions, breaking changes, and security vulnerabilities appear daily. A DIY approach means your teams are constantly playing whack-a-mole, patching systems, and debugging obscure library conflicts, often in the middle of the night when a production system goes down. This is an enormous, invisible tax on your innovation. NVIDIA AI Enterprise replaces that chaos with certainty. It provides a curated suite of the most essential AI and data science frameworks, like PyTorch, TensorFlow, and over 100 other tools, that are optimized, tested, and packaged for enterprise-grade stability and security. But it goes one giant step further. It provides full enterprise-class support. When something goes wrong, you're not posting on a forum hoping for a response. You have a direct line to NVIDIA experts who can triage and solve issues across the entire stack, from the application frameworks down to the GPU drivers. This is the single most important factor in moving AI from an experiment to a mission-critical part of your business. It's the difference between a hobbyist kit car and a production vehicle with a full warranty and a global service network. Third, the platform is engineered to conquer the scale cliff. This is where the deep integration between NVIDIA software and hardware pays massive dividends. A key component is the NVIDIA Triton Inference Server. This is a game changer. It's an open-source software that standardizes model deployment and delivers the absolute fastest performance possible for your trained models. It can take a model from any major framework, automatically optimize it for the underlying NVIDIA GPU, and serve it with incredibly high throughput and low latency. It allows you to run multiple models from multiple frameworks simultaneously on a single GPU, maximizing your hardware utilization and dramatically lowering your operational costs. This isn't just about making your AI work. It's about making your AI profitable at scale. This transition from a collection of parts to an integrated platform is a story we've seen before. In the early days of the auto industry, you could buy a powerful engine from one company, a chassis from another, and wheels from a third. A few skilled mechanics could bolt it all together and make it work. But it was expensive, unreliable, and impossible to scale. The revolution came with Henry Ford. He didn't just invent a better engine. He invented the integrated assembly line. He created a platform that made the automobile reliable, affordable, and accessible to everyone. NVIDIA AI Enterprise is that integrated platform for this generation's defining technology. It takes the bespoke, artisanal process of building and deploying AI and transforms it into a streamlined industrial strength capability for every US business. It eliminates the DIY tax, the hidden costs in wasted developer hours, security breaches, and failed projects that bleed budgets dry. It shifts the focus of your most valuable talent, your AI experts, away from plumbing and infrastructure management and back to what they do best: building the next generation of intelligent applications that create new revenue streams and delight your customers. So the question for business leaders is no longer, can we build a single interesting AI model in a lab? The new, far more powerful question that this platform allows you to ask is, how quickly can we deploy and manage a whole portfolio of AI applications across our entire value chain? How fast can we infuse intelligence into customer service, logistics, fraud detection, product design, and marketing? That change in question, from a single possibility to a strategic portfolio, is the difference between surviving the AI transition and leading it. It's about building an AI factory, not just a single AI prototype. And the factory floor, the assembly line, the entire operating system for that factory, that is the role of NVIDIA AI Enterprise. It's the foundation upon which you will build your company's future. So what does this foundation actually look like? Let's be brutally honest for a moment. For the last decade, building a serious production-ready AI application has been like trying to build a Formula One race car in your garage, using parts you ordered from 100 different catalogs, with instructions written in 10 different languages. You have your open-source machine learning library from one place, your data processing framework from another, your containerization tools, your orchestration software, your GPU drivers. It's a chaotic, sprawling mess of dependencies. And you, the business leader, are paying brilliant, expensive data scientists and MLOps engineers to spend 80% of their time just being plumbers, trying to get all these disparate pipes to connect without springing a leak. Every time a new version of one component comes out, it threatens to break everything else. It's a house of cards. And forget about security. Forget about long-term support. You're on your own. This is the dirty little secret of enterprise AI. The barrier to entry isn't the idea. It's the insane, mind-numbing complexity of the software stack. It's what keeps brilliant AI prototypes locked away on a data scientist's laptop, never seeing the light of day in a real business application. NVIDIA AI Enterprise walks into that chaotic garage, clears the floor, and lays down a state-of-the-art, fully integrated assembly line. It's not just a collection of tools. It's a single, cohesive, end-to-end software platform. Think of it as the official enterprise-grade operating system for your AI factory. It takes all those best-in-class open-source tools that your teams already want to use, things like PyTorch, TensorFlow, Triton Inference Server, and Rapids, and it does something revolutionary. It curates them, optimizes them to run with screaming fast performance on NVIDIA hardware, and then this is the critical part, it packages them all together into a single, stable, secure, and fully supported platform. Suddenly, your team isn't spending months trying to get the engine to talk to the transmission. They're not debugging obscure driver compatibility issues. They're not patching security vulnerabilities in dozens of different open-source libraries. Instead, they're given the keys to a finely tuned machine. They can focus on what you're actually paying them for, building applications that generate revenue, cut costs, and create a competitive advantage. The plumbing is handled. Let's talk about what that means in practice. Stability and support. In the world of open source, when something breaks, who do you call? You post on a forum. You file a bug report on GitHub. You hope a community member somewhere in the world has seen the same problem and has a solution. Hope is not a business strategy. With NVIDIA AI Enterprise, you have a single phone number. You have enterprise-grade support with service-level agreements. You have a direct line to the NVIDIA experts who built the entire stack, from the silicon chip all the way up to the application layer. When your multi-million-dollar AI-powered logistics system goes down at 3 a.m. during peak season, you're not posting on a forum. You're getting an expert on the line. That peace of mind, that reduction of operational risk, is invaluable. It's the difference between a science project and a mission-critical business infrastructure. This platform is also rigorously tested. We're not just talking about unit tests. We're talking about certifying the entire stack to run on the most common data center hardware from Dell, HP, Lenovo, and others. This means when you deploy it, it just works. This dramatically shortens your time to value. A project that might have taken 9 months of integration and testing can now be up and running in a matter of weeks, or even days. In a market where speed is everything, that is a game-changing advantage. Now let's pivot to the topic that keeps every CIO and CSO in America up at night: security. The traditional way of building an AI stack is a security nightmare. You're pulling code from dozens of public repositories. Each one has its own potential vulnerabilities, its own release cadence, its own security philosophy or lack thereof. It's like building a fortress where every single brick came from a different supplier, and you have no idea if any of them have been tested. NVIDIA AI Enterprise is built with a security-first mindset. Every component is scanned for common vulnerabilities and exposures. The software is hardened for enterprise use. It provides a reliable, private registry for all the software components, so your teams aren't pulling down potentially compromised code from the public internet. Furthermore, it integrates with the tools your IT department already uses for security and monitoring. This isn't about adding a new rogue element to your tech stack. It's about bringing the power of AI into your existing, secure, and well-governed IT ecosystem. For companies in regulated industries like finance, healthcare, or the public sector, this isn't just a nice-to-have. It's a non-negotiable requirement. You simply cannot build a compliant, auditable AI system on a foundation of unmanaged, unsupported open-source chaos. This platform provides the guardrails and the governance that make it possible. Finally, let's talk about performance and innovation. This is where it gets really exciting, because NVIDIA AI Enterprise is more than just a stable, secure foundation. It's a high-performance engine for innovation, because NVIDIA controls the entire stack, from the GPU architecture to the drivers to the AI frameworks. They can optimize every single layer to work in perfect harmony. We're talking about performance gains that are not just a few percentage points. We're talking about running training and inference jobs multiple times faster than you could with a self-assembled stack. What does that mean for your business? It means your data scientists can run more experiments. They can test more hypotheses. They can iterate on your models faster, leading to more accurate and more powerful AI. It means a recommendation engine that can be retrained daily instead of weekly, keeping it hyper-relevant to your customers. It means a fraud detection model that can analyze transactions in real time, not in batches, stopping theft before it happens. It means your generative AI applications can respond to users faster, creating a better customer experience. And the platform is constantly evolving. With every release of NVIDIA AI Enterprise, you get access to the latest breakthroughs from NVIDIA's world-class research labs. This includes pre-trained models that can give you a massive head start on building your own custom solutions. You don't have to start from scratch building a large language model. You can take one of NVIDIA's foundation models, fine-tune it on your own proprietary data, and deploy it securely inside your own infrastructure. This dramatically lowers the barrier to entry for creating sophisticated custom AI. You're not just buying software, you're buying a subscription to the cutting edge of AI innovation, delivered in a secure, stable, and easy-to-deploy package. So, the AI factory is no longer just a concept. The foundation is real. It's here. It takes the chaos of AI development and turns it into a streamlined, predictable, and secure manufacturing process. It lets your brightest minds focus on creating value, not on being software plumbers. But building the factory is one thing. What exactly are the most innovative American companies building inside these factories? What are the killer applications that are fundamentally changing industries right now? Let's start with one of the most complex and high-stakes industries on the planet, healthcare. For decades, the dream has been personalized medicine, but the reality has been one-size-fits-all treatments. AI is changing that, not in some distant future, but right now. Take drug discovery. The process of finding a new life-saving drug can take over a decade and cost billions of dollars. Why? Because it's a brute force search through a near infinite number of molecular combinations. But now, companies are using generative AI models, running on NVIDIA hardware, to design entirely new proteins and molecules from scratch. These AI models understand the language of biology. They can predict how a molecule will behave inside the human body before it's ever synthesized in a lab. This isn't just speeding up the process. It's like going from searching for a needle in a haystack to having a map that leads you directly to it. This is how we'll find cures for diseases that have plagued humanity for centuries. But it goes even deeper. Let's talk about surgery. Imagine a surgeon preparing for a complex heart operation on a child. The anatomy is unique, the risks are enormous. Today, using NVIDIA's Omniverse platform, that surgeon can create a physically accurate, fully interactive digital twin of that specific child's heart. They can upload the MRI and CT scans, and the AI builds a living, beating virtual replica. The surgeon can then put on a VR headset and practice the surgery dozens, even hundreds of times. They can see how the tissue will react, test different approaches, and perfect their technique, all before the patient is even wheeled into the operating room. This isn't science fiction. This is happening at leading US hospitals, and it's turning impossible surgeries into routine procedures, saving lives that might have otherwise been lost. Now let's shift gears from the operating room to the factory floor. The United States is in the middle of a manufacturing renaissance, a push to bring critical production back home. But to compete globally, our factories have to be the smartest, most efficient in the world. This is where the digital twin concept explodes in scale. Companies like BMW and Amazon are building full-scale, physically accurate digital replicas of their entire factories and fulfillment centers in Omniverse. Every robot, every conveyor belt, every human worker is represented in this virtual world. Why is this a game changer? Because you can run the factory before you build it. You can test a new layout to see if it's more efficient without moving a single piece of heavy machinery. You can train your robots in the simulation, letting them learn and make mistakes in the virtual world, so that when they are deployed to the real factory floor, they are already experts. Amazon uses this to optimize the flow of packages in its massive warehouses, simulating millions of orders to find and eliminate bottlenecks before they ever happen. BMW uses it to reconfigure its assembly lines for new electric vehicle models in a fraction of the time it used to take. And the AI is constantly running, monitoring the digital twin, and predicting when a real-world machine might fail. It can detect a subtle vibration in a robotic arm that a human would never notice and flag it for maintenance, preventing a costly shutdown of the entire production line. This is the nervous system of the modern American factory, and it's giving US manufacturing a powerful competitive edge. From the factory floor, let's go to the design studio and the Hollywood soundstage. The creative industries are being completely reshaped by generative AI. Think about the process of creating a blockbuster movie or a hit video game. It requires armies of artists, animators, and designers, spending years creating vast digital worlds. Now, generative AI is acting as a powerful co-pilot for these creators. An artist can sketch a simple concept for a fantasy creature, and an AI model can instantly generate hundreds of detailed variations. A level designer for a video game can describe a futuristic city, and the AI can build out the entire 3D environment, complete with buildings, vehicles, and atmospheric lighting, in a matter of hours, not months. This isn't about replacing artists, it's about augmenting their creativity. It frees them from the tedious, repetitive tasks so they can focus on the vision. It allows smaller, independent studios to create content with the production value of a major Hollywood blockbuster. We're seeing this in advertising, where agencies are using AI to generate photorealistic product shots for any marketing campaign imaginable, without ever needing a physical photo shoot. They can change the lighting, the background, the season, all with a simple text prompt. It's an explosion of creative possibility, happening at a speed we've never seen before, and it's powered by the same foundational AI models and computing platforms that are designing new drugs and optimizing factories. Finally, let's bring it to an experience we all share: customer service. For years, interacting with a company meant navigating frustrating phone menus or dealing with simplistic chatbots that could barely understand what you were asking. That era is ending. Companies are now using advanced conversational AI, powered by large language models like NVIDIA's NeMo, to create truly intelligent digital assistants. These aren't just chatbots, they are digital humans. They can understand complex questions, access vast amounts of information, and respond in a natural, empathetic human voice. Imagine calling your bank and instead of a menu, you're greeted by a calm, competent virtual agent that can instantly pull up your account, understand your problem, and solve it in seconds. Or consider online retail. Instead of just browsing a website, you could interact with a virtual shopping assistant that understands your style, suggests outfits, and can even show you what a piece of furniture would look like in your living room using augmented reality. Companies are building these AI avatars to be brand ambassadors, available 24/7, speaking any language, and always providing a perfect, patient, and helpful customer experience. This is transforming the relationship between businesses and their customers from transactional to personal, and it's being done at a scale that was unimaginable just a few years ago. From curing disease and building smarter factories, to unleashing creativity and redefining customer interaction, these are the killer apps. They aren't just incremental improvements. They represent a fundamental rewiring of how business gets done. Each one is a testament to what happens when you combine immense computing power with human ingenuity. But looking at these incredible, diverse applications raises a critical new question. As more and more US businesses build these amazing AI-powered tools, They all face the same colossal challenge. How do you manage this? How do you deploy, scale, and secure hundreds or even thousands of different AI models across an entire organization, ensuring they are reliable, efficient, and working together? It's one thing to build a single brilliant AI. It's another thing entirely to run an entire enterprise on them. This is the fundamental challenge of the AI industrial revolution. It's the question that separates the pilot projects from the production powerhouses. The answer isn't just more powerful hardware. The answer is a new kind of software, a new operating system for intelligence itself. Imagine trying to run a major international airport without an air traffic control system. Every plane is a different make and model, speaking a different language to the ground, trying to land on any runway it chooses. It would be pure, unmitigated chaos. Planes would be delayed, they'd run out of fuel circling the airport, and collisions would be inevitable. That chaotic airport is what running AI in a large US business looks like without a proper management platform. Each AI model is a different plane, built with a different framework by a different team for a different purpose. One model handles fraud detection, another optimizes supply chains, a third powers a customer service chatbot. Getting them all to fly in formation to land safely, and to work together to get passengers, your business outcomes, to their destination is a monumental task. What you need is the control tower. A single system that can see every plane in the sky, speak every language, and direct traffic with precision, efficiency, and above all, safety. For the world of enterprise AI, that control tower is NVIDIA AI Enterprise. This isn't just another piece of software. It's a complete, end-to-end operating system designed to manage the entire lifecycle of artificial intelligence. From the moment a data scientist has an idea, to the second that AI delivers a result to a customer, NVIDIA AI Enterprise is the invisible hand guiding the process. Let's break down what that actually means. Starts with development. Building an AI model from scratch is like forging a new engine part from raw metal. It's time-consuming, expensive, and requires rare expertise. NVIDIA's platform changes the game. It provides developers with a suite of pre-trained models and tools, like a massive warehouse of high-performance, ready-to-use engine components. Instead of starting from zero, a company's developers can take a model that NVIDIA has already spent millions of hours training on a supercomputer, a model that already understands language or can recognize images, and they can fine-tune it on their own specific business data. This doesn't just cut development time from years down to weeks. It democratizes the ability to create world-class AI. But building the model is only the first step. The real challenge is deployment, getting that AI out of the lab and into the real world where it can do its job. This is where most AI initiatives stumble and fall. A model might work great on a data scientist's laptop, but how do you make it work for 1 million customers simultaneously, with near-instantaneous response times? This is where a crucial piece of the operating system comes in: the NVIDIA Triton Inference Server. Think of Triton as the ultimate universal translator and traffic cop for AI. Businesses today use a mix of AI frameworks, TensorFlow, PyTorch, you name it. In the past, deploying models from different frameworks was a nightmare of compatibility issues. Triton solves this. It can take virtually any model from any framework and run it with breathtaking efficiency. It's the engine that ensures when a user asks a question, or a sensor detects an anomaly, the AI model responds instantly. Furthermore, it dynamically manages the GPU resources, ensuring that every last drop of performance is squeezed out of the hardware, maximizing a company's investment. It's the difference between a sputtering, inefficient engine and a perfectly tuned Formula One machine. So we can build them faster and we can run them faster. But remember the air traffic control problem? How do we manage hundreds or even thousands of these models at once? This is the enterprise part of NVIDIA AI Enterprise. It provides the fleet management tools that IT departments need to see, monitor, and secure their entire fleet of AI applications from a single pane of glass. It allows them to update models without downtime, to ensure they comply with security policies, and to guarantee the kind of reliability and uptime that mission-critical business operations demand. This is what gives a chief technology officer the confidence to bet the company on AI. They get the innovation of the open-source world, but with the security, stability, and global support of an enterprise-grade platform. It's the best of both worlds. But the true revolution, the part that's happening right now, goes even a step beyond this. NVIDIA realized that managing individual models wasn't enough. The future is about composing intelligence. It's about taking different specialized AIs and linking them together to create entirely new, sophisticated workflows, almost like snapping together Lego bricks. To enable this, NVIDIA created NIMs, which stands for NVIDIA Inference Microservices. Each NIM is a self-contained, pre-built, and highly optimized AI model packaged up for a specific task, like understanding language, translating speech, or generating images. They are ready-to-run containers that a developer can pull down and deploy in minutes. Let me paint a picture of what this means for a US-based retailer. They want to create a next-generation customer support agent. Instead of building a massive, monolithic AI from scratch, their development team can now assemble it. They grab a speech-to-text NIM to transcribe the customer's spoken words. They plug that into a large language model NIM that understands the customer's intent and sentiment. That NIM then queries the company's product database and connects to another NIM, a retrieval-augmented generation model, to find the most relevant information. Finally, it sends the answer to a text-to-speech NIM that generates a natural human-like voice to respond to the customer. Each of these NIMs is a world-class model, optimized by NVIDIA to run at peak performance. The developer's job is no longer about building the core intelligence. It's about being the architect, a composer orchestrating these powerful AI services to create a unique and valuable customer experience. This is a seismic shift. It means a company can deploy an AI application in a fraction of the time with a fraction of the expertise that was required just a year ago. It's the industrialization of AI, moving from bespoke, handcrafted models to standardized, high-performance components that anyone can build with. This is the hidden engine that will power the next wave of American innovation. It's the software layer that finally tames the complexity of AI at scale. It provides the tools to build, the power to deploy, and the system to manage and compose intelligence across an entire organization. We've talked about the silicon chips that provide the raw power. But this software, this AI operating system, is what forges that raw power into a usable, scalable, and transformative business tool. So the hardware is in place. The operating system is now here, ready to be deployed. The stage is set for a transformation unlike any we have ever seen. But what actually happens to our economy, to our industries, when every business in America, from the Fortune 500 to the corner store, has access to this level of artificial intelligence? What does that new American industrial revolution truly look like? It looks like a fundamental rewiring of the American economy, not from the top down but from the bottom up. It looks like the small-town, family-owned hardware store not just surviving, but thriving against big-box retailers. Imagine the owner, instead of spending her nights agonizing over inventory spreadsheets, has an AI that analyzes local weather patterns, community event calendars, and historical sales data. It doesn't just tell her to order more snow shovels before a blizzard. It predicts a run on specific screw sizes because it knows 3 major deck-building projects are starting in the neighborhood. It automatically adjusts pricing in real time to remain competitive, and even drafts personalized marketing emails to customers who previously bought gardening supplies, suggesting the new organic fertilizer that just arrived. She's not competing on scale. She's competing on intelligence. And she's winning. It looks like the independent financial advisor in a mid-sized city, who can now offer her clients the kind of hyper-personalized, predictive portfolio management that was once the exclusive domain of Wall Street hedge funds. Her AI sifts through millions of global data points, market trends, geopolitical shifts, earnings reports, and translates it all into clear, actionable strategies for a family saving for college or a couple planning for retirement. She's no longer just an advisor. She's a financial visionary for everyday people, her expertise amplified 1,000-fold. This new American industrial revolution isn't about giant, soulless factories. It's about a network of millions of smarter, more agile, and more creative businesses. Think of the craft brewery that uses an AI to develop a new IPA, simulating thousands of hop and grain combinations to create a flavor profile that perfectly matches the local palate, a profile predicted to be a bestseller before a single drop is even brewed. Think of the local construction firm using AI-powered drones to conduct site surveys in minutes instead of days, identifying potential structural issues with microscopic precision, preventing costly errors and making job sites radically safer. What this looks like is the great leveling of the playing field. For decades, the engine of competitive advantage was capital. He who had the most money could build the biggest factories, hire the largest sales teams, and buy the most data. But in this new era, the engine of competitive advantage is applied intelligence. And thanks to the full-stack platform NVIDIA has painstakingly built, that engine is no longer a custom-built Ferrari available only to the ultra-rich. It's becoming a powerful, reliable, turnkey motor available to anyone with the drive to turn the key. This is the crucial piece of the puzzle. This future isn't a fantasy because the infrastructure is already here. NVIDIA Enterprise isn't just selling chips. They've built the entire system. They've built the power plants with their GPUs, the transmission lines with their networking, and the user-friendly wall sockets with their software like the AI Enterprise suite. They've created a platform where a business doesn't need a platoon of PhDs in machine learning to get started. They can take powerful pre-trained models, like those for language understanding or visual recognition, and fine-tune them with their own data. They can deploy these models securely, manage them efficiently, and scale them as their business grows. It's the difference between having to build your own power station to turn on a light bulb versus just plugging a lamp into the wall. NVIDIA has built the grid for artificial intelligence. Businesses just need to bring their lamp, their idea, their unique data, their industry expertise. And this changes the very nature of work itself. We've been conditioned to fear automation, to see it as a force of replacement. But this next wave is different. It's a force of augmentation. The AI handles the repetitive, the mathematical, the data-intensive tasks that drain our time and energy, freeing up human beings to do what we do best. Be creative, be empathetic, build relationships, and think strategically. The graphic designer doesn't get replaced. She gets an AI co-pilot that can generate 100 different logo concepts in 10 seconds, allowing her to focus her talent on refining the perfect one that captures the client's soul. The doctor isn't replaced. She gets an AI assistant that can analyze an MRI scan and flag subtle anomalies the human eye might miss, giving her more time to actually talk to her patients, to understand their fears, and to develop a holistic treatment plan. The customer service agent isn't replaced. He gets an AI that instantly pulls up a customer's entire history and suggests 3 perfect solutions to their problem, allowing him to deliver a level of personal, empathetic service that builds lifelong loyalty. This isn't a future of human versus machine. It's a future of human with machine. It's about creating a workforce of superpowered individuals, where our natural talents are amplified by the near-infinite computational power of AI. And the economic implications of this are staggering. When you empower small and medium-sized businesses, which make up over 99% of all businesses in the United States and employ nearly half the workforce, you ignite a fire of grassroots innovation. You create a surge in productivity that we haven't seen in generations. You enable the creation of entirely new products, services, and even industries that we can't yet imagine. This is how we bring manufacturing back. Not by competing for cheap labor, but by building smart factories where AI-powered robotics and quality control create products so advanced and so efficiently that it's simply more logical to make them here. This is how we solve our biggest challenges, from developing new medicines to creating a more sustainable energy grid, by giving our brightest minds the tools to find patterns in complexity that were previously hidden. We are standing at a moment in history that is every bit as transformative as the invention of the steam engine or the rollout of the internet. The difference is, this revolution won't be measured in smokestacks or fiber optic cables. It will be measured in the collective intelligence of our entire economy. It's a shift from brute force to intellectual force. The future of American business isn't about being the biggest. It's about being the smartest. It's not about outspending the competition. It's about outthinking them. And for the first time, the tools to do so are not being hoarded by a select few. They are being democratized, made accessible, and delivered on a platform built for everyone. This is more than just a technological shift. It's a cultural one. It represents a return to the core principles of American ingenuity. The belief that a great idea, combined with hard work and the right tools, can change the world. The garage inventor, the Main Street entrepreneur, the visionary founder. These are the heroes of the next American century. And their defining tool, their hammer and anvil, will be artificial intelligence. The foundation they build upon, the reliable, scalable, and secure platform that turns their vision into reality. That is the work of NVIDIA Enterprise. The future is not a distant shoreline we are sailing towards. We are in the first waves of it right now. And the businesses that learn to navigate these waters, that embrace this new power, will not just lead the market. They will define the very shape of the world to come.